Good evening, I'm Bo Williams, and welcome to The 7. At the top of our Big 7 stories list, the way police describe it sounds like chaos on a Knoxville street on the 4th of July. KPD painting the picture of fun with fireworks getting way out of hand. Police getting a call around 10:15 from the corner of Texas Avenue and Pascal Drive about a crash with injuries. Witnesses told officers a car was getting pelted with paintballs and fireworks, causing it to crash into a pickup. KPD sharing some of these pictures with us, documenting the damage beyond the wreck. We're told officers became targets too, hit with fireworks, including mortar shell style fireworks, then having to escort wreckers to pull out the damaged cars. According to the department, police had to drive people hurt in the wreck to the ambulances so that they could be checked out. 6 in all. 3 of those we're told were children. Now, 4 teens have been arrested. The boys, 14 to 16 years of age, all face charges of trying to evade police. 2 of them are accused of aggravated assault, 2 of them accused of disorderly conduct. KPD says officers had to come back later over more reports of fireworks shot at cars and people. At one point, officers walking the area were reportedly almost hit by a mortar. They arrested 21-year-old Corey Armstrong Jr. Police say they saw him put a mortar tube into his car, plus he allegedly had a mortar shell and a loaded gun in his pockets. Armstrong faces charges of unlawful possession of a weapon and reckless endangerment. Chief of Police Paul Noel has since put out a statement about all of the fireworks incidents in the area. He says, quote, "This behavior is completely unacceptable, and it puts our officers and residents at risk of legitimate physical and mental harm." Fortunately, no one was severely injured. Well, lots of people left the fireworks to the pros last night, gathering to watch events like Festival on the 4th, with the rockets' red glare coming from the Henley Bridge and the music from the Knoxville Symphony Orchestra at World's Fair Park. Home fireworks are not allowed in Knoxville or Knox County, but we know some Knoxville firefighters today posted on Facebook just what a busy night they experienced, revealing it wasn't quite as hectic as last year. But KFD's 2023 tally: 3 grass or brush fires, 4 trash or dumpster fires, 2 building fires that were out when firefighters arrived, 8 overdoses, 1 near drowning, and 1 heavy rescue. In all, there were 94 total calls for KFD to handle in the 24-hour period. More 4th of July aftermath as we move through the Big 7 list for you. You know, as we've been telling you, Independence Day fireworks each year send a rush of frightened missing pets into animal shelters. If you're facing that situation, first, check out your local animal shelter. In Knox County, lost and found and stray animals end up at Young Williams' intake facility on Division Street in Bearden. Young Williams also has an online lost and found page that you can check out. They post pictures of strays as they come in over at young-williams.org. Take a look. These are just some of the animals currently in the shelter's care tonight. And if you don't find your pet at the shelter, you can check with local vets and see if lost pets have ended up there. It's also a good idea to check Facebook. Most communities have some sort of lost and found pet page. Our next Big 7 story: signs Amazon really is setting up shop here in East Tennessee. That's been a question, even with some big announcements of facilities in Knoxville and Alcoa. Huge buildings put up in the last couple of years, but not yet put into service. Well, today brought evidence that the online behemoth is hiring in East Tennessee, with a recruitment office opening up in Blount County at Foothills Mall. We still don't know the exact plan for the Knox County facility, but we're told the company is looking to fill current positions before the Blount County Center officially opens.
With anything like this of some growth magnitude, you have a little bit of congestion, but the community will figure that out and they'll handle that in the long run. And I think the huge pros more than outweigh that, because again, we'll have good jobs, we'll have good job security, and it'll increase money to the tax base, and that helps everybody who lives here.
We've lost a lot of people between the ages of 20 and 45, and that's the next generation of people. And so what we're really trying to do is keep those kids and people, young people here, by providing them with opportunities for employment, to create a career, create a family. Just trying to show the people that there are opportunities to stay here. You don't have to go to the Charlottes or Atlantas or Cincinnati's or wherever to get a job or stay a career. And even if you have left, there's opportunities to come back.
You know, plans now are for the Blount County facility to open in late summer, so it can be fully up and running by October, just before, of course, that big holiday rush. Now, the office hours for over at Foothills Mall are 11 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. Again, that's already wrapped up today. Then tomorrow through Saturday, it will be open from 9:30 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. Then starting next week, the recruiting office will be open 7 days a week. Again, that's over at Foothills Mall in Maryville. A Knoxville man has been arrested on felony charges in connection with the January 6th riot at the U.S. Capitol. The Department of Justice says that 43-year-old Michael Asbury was arrested in Lenoir City. Authorities say he is the man seen circled in these photos. Now, he is facing several charges in connection to the Capitol riot, including obstruction of law enforcement during civil disorder, entering or remaining on restricted grounds, disorderly or disruptive conduct in a restricted building, and disorderly conduct in a Capitol building. According to court documents, he was in the lower west tunnel entrance of the Capitol building and is accused of working with other rioters to push his body back and forth against the line of law enforcement officers protecting the entrance to the building. The DOJ says that in the 29 months since the January 6 Capitol riots, more than 1,000 people from nearly all 50 states have been charged in relation to the breach of the U.S. Capitol building. Authorities have said in the past that this number includes a handful of other people from our area. Our next big story for you answers about a homicide investigation tonight. Tonight, we're learning the evidence offered up by Jefferson County deputies to get an arrest warrant against this man you see here. This is William McLaughlin in connection with a deadly stabbing in Dandridge. Today, we managed to get a copy of an affidavit and the arrest warrant, and it points to previous encounters between the victim and the suspect. McLaughlin was arrested Saturday in connection with the death of John Quisenberry. Now, in asking for the warrant, Jefferson County deputies claim Quisenberry's wife found her husband on his back bleeding outside a church where he had been working on the landscaping. Mrs. Quisenberry reportedly told deputies she spotted McLaughlin nearby using a weed eater and that he started dancing when he noticed her. Investigators reportedly found reddish-brown stains between the spot where Quisenberry's body was found and McLaughlin's home across the parking lot from the church. Also found blood on the porch and bloody shoes at the home. Deputies telling a judge that TBI tests show the blood to be a match for Quisenberry's blood. Quisenberry's wife told detectives that her husband had run-ins with McLaughlin before. One in February led to an aggravated assault charge when McLaughlin allegedly pointed a crossbow at him. Mrs. Quisenberry also telling deputies that McLaughlin had approached her husband with a hammer in his hand the day before he died. McLaughlin is being held on $1 million bond. City of Knoxville joining a regional campaign to help with your financial stability. The mayor just put out a video about a new opportunity for East Tennesseans. Take a listen.
Do you know your credit score? Honestly, most of us don't. It's just not something we pay close attention to, but it matters. A score of 720 or higher can help you get a more favorable loan for a house or gain access to startup capital for a new business. Don't let a low credit score limit your life's choices.
City is joining in on a regional campaign to help people achieve their gold credit scores. It's called Financial Literacy 720. 720, of course, the turning point from a fair to a good credit score. Coming up on July 20th, or 720, United Way of Greater Knoxville will be hosting classes in both English and Spanish to help you formulate a personal financial plan. In addition to credit, you can learn about policy, services that are available, and the impact of generational wealth. To sign up or learn more, you can head to uwgk.org/financial. And we wrap up the Big 7 list for you in the middle of that heat and humidity. Knoxville Utilities Board offering up some advice to help stay cool and hopefully save some money on your energy bill. Because your air conditioner requires a lot of energy during the summer months, KUB says you should make sure to service your HVAC units every year and change the filters at least once every 3 months to make sure the AC is working properly. Also, turn your thermostat up while you're out of the house. You know, every degree of change saves you about 3% on a heating or cooling bill. KUB also says there are ways you can naturally cool down the home without blasting that cool air.
You know, windows that you have that are facing, especially the afternoon sun, you want to try to keep some drapes or some blinds closed on those to help limit the amount of sunlight coming in, which will also increase the temperature inside your home. Utilize ceiling fans, you know, so if you have the temperature up a little bit higher, it's going to feel warmer. But utilize some ceiling fans will take some of that edge off a little bit and maybe allow you to have your thermostat up another degree or so.
A few other tips for you: turn off unnecessary lights in your home, set washing machines to use cold water cycles, and try to use appliances like stoves, dryers, dishwashers after sunset during those non-peak hours to limit power usage and, of course, cut down on any added warmth.